Lakeside Dental Clinic, Go Island, is brought to you by Lakeside Dental Clinic.
We're at Nanaimo City Hall today recapping the most recent council meeting. This will be our 26th conversation with Nanaimo Mayor John Rattan. Motocross in Nanaimo, an exhilarating sport for the entire family. Geocaching in Medicine Hat, and asking for directions doesn't always help. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. A couple of interesting debates up for discussion at Nanaimo City Council on Monday, June the 23rd. A proposal for a boathouse here in Nanaimo, plus a few other things on the agenda. We're going to talk to John Rattan about that later on this edition of Go Island. We'll do it out here if the rain holds off. I don't know how it's looking though, but we're going to throw things over now to Rayanne LaPlante. Anyone from toddler age to retirement age can get involved with the exhilarating sport of motocross. Here's Rayanne now with a look into how and why this is an event and an activity for the entire family. You're watching Go Island. Last night, or Monday night I should say, at the Nanaimo City Council meeting, there was a lot of discussion around a proposed boathouse to be established at the Brecken boat ramp in that area. Now, the debate went on for quite a while, past the airtime of Shaw TV and the council coverage on there. So what was that discussion all about?
Well, it was basically the group that's presenting brought forward some plans and an idea behind why they want to establish this. It's a very, very interesting project. I think it would be a very much an iconic investment in Nanaimo. I think if there were concerns from council, it was basically the $5.1 million cost is going to be raised how? And I think we were assured by the people, the presenters, that they're going to raise the money themselves and not.
And who are the presenters?
Well, there's a group, and I think it's called the Nanaimo Boathouse and Paddling. It's a not-for-profit society that's been set up to organize this one. And they had a number of speakers last night, some very, very respected marine-oriented presenters, people that run marinas and so on in the area. And VIU was very supportive. The First Nations are very supportive. There's no question it's a great project, none whatsoever. And my only concern, and it seems most of the council, was $5 million is a lot of money. Is there an assurance that the city won't be expected to come in at the 11th hour?
Because this is proposed for being built on city-owned
property.
And so it's almost a case like we've been burned this way before, so there's some legitimate caution there.
Well, that's it. And so we're assured by the proponents that they will raise all the money themselves. And so I'm just simply saying I would really feel comfortable with an ironclad business plan that shows that the city of Nanaimo's taxpayers won't ultimately have to pay some or any of the money involved.
And that's where it's left now. The proponents are asked to go out and come back with a more solid
additional business plan, and particularly dealing specifically with financing.
Okay, excellent. We're going to throw things over now to our big summer series. We're geocaching in Medicine Hat.
Hi, this is Christine McCauley from Bernard Callebaut Chocolates. And did you know that we just launched a fabulous new chocolate, the Nanaimo Mite? It's our take on the Nanaimo bar chocolate, and it is Dynamite.
You're watching Go Island, Shaw TV Channel 4. This is our 26th conversation with Nanaimo Mayor John Rattan, recapping the events of the most recent City Council meeting. Something exciting was ratified on Monday night.
Absolutely it was.
You want to tell me what that was?
Absolutely was. And it's the agreement was actually introduced to council, and council ratified it last night unanimously. And this is the new agreement between Island Ferries, the high-speed passenger-only ferry service from Nanaimo to Vancouver, and the city of Nanaimo. And so they've been very anxious to try to complete the contract so they can go to investors and say, we've got a contract, we're based out of Nanaimo, and here's where we'll be. They're working at the Vancouver end with the C-bus terminal. And so it was very promising. I know Island Ferries was very, very thrilled, and the city as well.
And what's in that contract? That's confirming the site, the location, and what they're going to pay to the city?
Correct, and the terms of it and so on, and what areas we're going to do, what areas are available for parking, just a complete general agreement on the use of that site. And that's the site that's called Gad Marine down at the Wilcox Yard. And
next to the cruise ship terminal.
Yeah, that's correct.
Now, critics would say, and there's always critics out there, this is like the third time. Why will it work this time when previous attempts at a fast ferry to Vancouver have failed?
Well,
What's different?
That I know you're asking the question because you really want to hear all of the answer, and there is, to me, it's an excellent question. I'm just being facetious. The issue here is that here we have a business plan that, in my opinion, works. The previous attempts had a single vessel. The most recent one was Harbour Links. They had a twin-screw, twin-engine vessel, and under Coast Guard regulations and Transport Canada, if they lose an engine, that's the end of the service. They can't continue. The new models that they have, the new vessels that they've already selected, are a quad drive, 4 engines, 4 jets. They can have a log strike or ingest material and still lose up to 2 engines and legally maintain the service. And the most important thing is they now have redundancy. They have 2 vessels, not 1. And so they'll have 1 in reserve. And so people that are going to make the decision to move from Vancouver to Nanaimo and commute now have the assurance that this service will be reliable.
They can get to work every day on time.
They can make it right at a price point around $30. So, I mean, I think it's very viable. And remember, there's another very important key. You're asking, why would it succeed this time? And another, to me, very important issue is the fact that now when you arrive at the Seabus terminal in Vancouver, you go up inside the same building and the SkyTrain goes right to YVR, the Vancouver airport. So in late evenings in the wintertime when it's dark out and the float planes aren't flying, you can go over to Vancouver, get the SkyTrain and zip out to the airport very inexpensively, very reliably. And, I think it's going to open up a huge market that we haven't previously had.
And this is scheduled to start service in spring of 2015?
Spring of 2015.
Okay.
That's correct.
Very exciting.
It is exciting. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay,
we're going to throw things over now to a couple of guys who are always exciting to spend some time with. It's clocked and the boys are running loose in Parksville today, I think. Well, at least those guys will actually ask for directions. That doesn't mean that they'll follow them. That brings us to the end of this edition of Go Island. Thank you so much for watching. We are still producing new episodes of Clocked, and if you have some ideas, send them along. I think we've only stumped the guys like 5 times. Todd's behind the camera today. I was going to say 6. He says 5 out of 28, I do believe.
27.
27, okay. Thanks for watching this edition of Go Island. We'll see you next time.
Lakeside Dental Clinic Go Island is brought to you by Lakeside Dental Clinic, a division of the Vancouver Island Implant Centre, delivering dental services, including dental implants and sedation dentistry, all under one roof. Clothing supplied by Catwalk Fashions. Kate's Hair and Aesthetics provided by Maffeo Salon.